Thank you, Corla. Tonight we are once again discussing another motion on high energy costs, and with good reason, Minister, because every one of us in this chamber is receiving emails, meeting constituents, families, individuals, carers, people with disabilities, those on low fixed incomes, those who have to measure the value of every €5, indeed every euro they spend. People telling us they can't make ends meet. They are making hard choices between food and fuel. They are afraid of their living lives, of the next bill that arrives on their doorstep. True, Minister, this is not the story for everyone. Everyone is hit, but some are in crisis, and the numbers in crisis are increasing week on week. I've read your counter-motion. You've provided both universal and targeted supports, but the question is, are they enough? Are they enough to stop hundreds of thousands of people that are unable to heat their or keep their homes warm? Are they sufficient to stop hundreds of thousands of people falling further into utility arrears? And the answer to those questions is no, as evidenced by the most recent survey on income and living conditions conducted by the CSO. In 2022, the stats tell us from the CSO that 377,000 people were unable to keep their homes warm, an increase of 135% since 2021. We see nearly 500,000 people have gone without heat, an increase of 28% from 2021, and we see almost 500,000 people in utility arrears, Minister, an increase of over 33%. But, Minister, they're just the headline figures, and they hide the devastating picture for many families. Because when we focus on households unable to keep their homes warm enough, we see that certain types of households are hit hardest. We see that one-parent families, more than 1 in 5 households can't keep their homes warm. It's very similar for those who have a disability, and also for people who are unemployed and for carers, renters. So while we have the headline figures, a lot of people below those figures, if you like, are in real trouble. So yes, Minister, you have put a number of measures in place, but the truth is things are getting worse. And you can't just speak of some of the one-off payments. You have a long list of them, and you have a longish list in your counter-motion without looking at the wider context, the real-life experience of people trying to pay bills day by day. The average electricity bill has increased by over €100 every single month. And if you're a family who's caring, it's much higher than that. If you use home heating oil, it's increased by approximately €100 to €150 per month. That's already an extra €250 per month. And, Minister, on top of that, inflation stood at 8% in 2022 and is expected to hit 6.3% in 2023. That's an average, sorry, not an average, that's an actual increase of 15% over 2 years. Now set that against the fact that when you in Budget 2023 increased core social welfare payments by €12, that was a 5% increase. So those payments are not even keeping pace with inflation. They're not even close to start with. So, and again, Minister, inflation figures don't take energy inflation into consideration. And if you look at food inflation, in the last year, food inflation has hit 12.8%, and in the last 3 months, it's nearly 16%. So that clearly shows that further action is needed by this government. Yes, you tell us about windfall taxes, but they're late. They're already very late, and we don't have a date for when they will be imposed. We have heard from many of our colleagues about the obscene profits. I won't list them. You've already got the list made by energy companies. So, Minister, is it any wonder that week after week, month after month, the opposition are constantly calling for an immediate windfall tax to be put in place and for further targeted supports to deal with those who need it most?